November 29th, 2010, Camp Nou. The scoreboard reads 5-0. Across the pitch stands Pep Guardiola's Barcelona, a team playing football from another planet. And Jose Mourinho isn't a manager that night. He's a victim. 16 years have passed, and he has never washed that scoreline off his name, because it wasn't just a defeat, it was a brand burned into him. Now, 13 years after he last walked out of that building, Florentino Perez has brought him back to Valdebebas. And let me tell you exactly what this is. This is not a managerial appointment. This is the final act of the longest revenge plot in football history. Except this time, Guardiola isn't waiting for him. This time, it's a 19-year-old with a left foot. Look at where Real Madrid actually are. A season with nothing. A dressing room full of egos nobody could control. And on the other side of the country, a Barcelona team holding back-to-back league titles, with European and world champions scattered through the squad. That isn't a rival anymore. That's a dynasty being built in real time. And to break a dynasty, Perez didn't want a man who builds systems. He wanted a man who destroys them. Mourinho's entire career fits into one sentence. I won't play your game, I'll take you out of it. So who's the target? Lamine Yamal, 19 years old, starts on the right, cuts inside on that left foot, tore France apart in a World Cup semi-final, and now wears the number 10 at Barcelona. And the plan Mourinho has drawn up for this kid is almost surgical. First, the low block. Madrid dropped their defensive line deep, because the thing that makes Yamal lethal isn't space behind, it's the open corridor in front of him. You erase that corridor, you shrink the pitch, you give him 4 meters instead of 40. Second, the asymmetric double team. Mourinho defends one side of the pitch normally and deliberately overloads the other. The fullback stays wide, the midfielder tucks in, and every single time Yamal receives the ball he finds 2 men, not 1. And third, the clever part. You don't force him inside, you force him out. Everything dangerous about Yamal comes from dragging the ball onto his left and cutting toward goal. Mourinho slams that door shut and leaves exactly one route open, outside, toward the touchline, onto his weaker foot. To run that plan for 90 minutes, you need an engine on that flank who never stops. And in this squad, the one man with the lungs to do it is Federico Valverde. On paper, it's flawless. In reality, it might be suicide, because this plan isn't new. It was tried 6 weeks ago, and it collapsed in 22 minutes. Didier Deschamps set exactly this trap in the World Cup semi-final. He shut the flank, he isolated Yamal, he tried to push him outside, and here's why it fell apart. In modern football, isolating one player means handing over the rest of the pitch. Spain sent their right back forward again and again. So every time Yamal cut inside, there was another runner behind him, and suddenly 2 defenders were dealing with 3 attackers. The moment France committed a second man to that wing, the middle opened up, and Spain drove vertical passes straight through it. Yamal was dismantling France's shape without even touching the ball. The result? A penalty in the 22nd minute, and a plan France had spent weeks building went straight in the bin. That's Mourinho's real problem. His football is reactive. It's built on predicting your move and blocking it. But this Barcelona isn't a static target. It flows. You close one door and it opens another. And history is not kind here, because the deepest wound of his entire career was inflicted by exactly this kind of Barcelona. 16 years later, the same man is facing the evolved version of the same problem. August 22nd, the curtain goes up. Mourinho's first league match of this second era, and from that day, one question takes over Spanish football. Can old-school pragmatism stop new-school flow? The odds have already moved. The Spanish press has already split in 2, and one Clásico this season is going to settle the entire argument. I'll tell you where I land. Mourinho can win a match with this plan. Maybe 2, but winning a season takes more than stopping your rival. It takes being better than them. So here's the question that really matters. Did Perez hire this man to break a dynasty, or is he trying to replay a war he already lost 16 years ago? What do you think? Can Mourinho lock down this kid, or has football already left him behind? Tell me in the comments, because on August 22nd, we all find out. And when that day comes, come back here and tell me exactly how wrong I was. Subscribe now so you don't miss how this tactical war ends, and everything we break down across the season.